Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy here, coming back at you with a video. Today I'm going to talk about, I got a card. My last video kind of hinted at one of my cards I want to talk about. I got a signed card uh, on eBay of a player I want to talk about. This is kind of coincides with the NLCS. Congratulations to the Washington Nationals beating the Cardinals. First ever time the Nats/Expos have been ever to the World Series. The first time the Washington Ball Club has been to the World Series, well, MLB World Series, and since the mid 30s. The last Negro League World Series in '48 was by the Homestead Grays, but MLB wise, it's the first World Series in Washington, in the nation's capital, since the mid 30s. I'm so happy for him. Good job. I was rooting for him. Got some former ex-Tigers on there. So I'm kind of rooting for them to get rings. The Tigers couldn't get rings in the 2010s with all those star players. They're gradually doing it individually. Verlander in 2017. The Red Sox 2018 with J.D. Martinez and Porcello and Kinsler and Price. So 2019, if the Nats can somehow win it all, we got Scherzer and Anibal Sanchez in it, plus the old Tiger Fernando Rodney. So let's get all these Tigers World Series rings since they couldn't get him as a Tiger. Anyways, let's talk about this player. He's a forgotten player. Even I think how many Washington fans, the whole town, old Senator fans know who he is. But he was an all-star player, possibly on a track to Hall of Fame career. World War II happened, went to war, and was pretty much a casualty of the war. Didn't die in the war, but his career pretty much was a casualty of the war. I just picked up a signed card of him, and his name is Cecil Travis, shortstop of the Washington Senators. This is a signed Conlon card from 1995 Conlon. If you're familiar with the Conlon sets, I think these are beautiful sets, early 90s black border sets from 91 through 95. They all pre-war cards that show photography of Mr. Charles Conlon, who was a photographer back in the day. If you want to get cheap, beautiful cards of old Hall of Famers, I would recommend get some Conlon stuff. I love these sets, the information you can learn about the game of pre-World War II. Just look at all this bio on the back of them. There's some that got complete stats in the back, and you got some obscure players and Hall of Famers. Just a great set. Anyways, back to Cecil Travis here. As you see, this is a subset of In the Baseball Goes to War. He was an infielder, made his Major League debut as a emergency call up because somebody else got hurt and he had to begin emergency. In his debut, he got 5 hits, being the second player ever to get 5 over 5 his ML debut. A couple years later, he became the National Senators' everyday shortstop. Made 3 All-Star teams. By 1941, the year that Joe DiMaggio hit 56 games and the year that Ted Williams hit 406, neither of those two guys led the league in hits. Who did? Mr. Cecil Travis. He actually led the league in hits. He ended up batting like 350 that year. By the time into 41 came up in the 41 season, his career batting average was like in 320, mid 320s. World War II happened. U.S. went to World War II after Pearl Harbor and such. So many players, of course, went to war. Some was not in combat. Some were. Cecil Travis was in combat. He was at the Battle of the Bulge, and during his combat, he acquired major frostbite on his feet. He had to have surgery to avoid amputation. So severe. By the time he got back into the war, 45 or so, went back to playing for the Washington Senators. But he was not even close to the same player he was. He struggled. Basically, he went from a all-star shortstop, was in the same class of the shortstops, the American League of Joe Cronin and Lou Boudreau and such of the day, to the level of production of a glass guy on the bench. But Cecil Travis was a modest man, and he didn't blame the war or anything. He just had said his timing was off, and by 47 or so, his career was over. He had to struggle 3 years, batting like in the 240s or so, and his career batting average dropped to 314. What's significant about that, to this day, I believe, I did a little bit of research, he still has the highest batting average among AL shortstops ever, like third or fourth all time. If you count National Leaguers too, Pie Traynor and Honus Wagner's ahead of him. But even like the days like Nomar Garcia Parra, I think is a finish at 313 and Travis 314. Lindors and today's stars like Tim Anderson, who just won a Benny Tab, was way behind him, and Jeter's behind him, Tejada's behind him, A-Rod's behind him, Robin Yount, Trammell, Cal Ripken, all have a lower batting average than him. So Ted Williams and Bob Feller were proponents of him in the Hall of Fame. But that's all up to debate, but he's sort of a forgotten star. I don't think Washington debate is, Hall of Fame's up to debate, but I think rest assured that he should at least be honored in the Washington Senators Hall of Fame, and he should be at least talked about every year during for Veterans Day. He's never mentioned with the Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio's and Hank Greenberg's and Bob Fellers and other players. But Cecil Travis was the star of the day, and perhaps more than any player in World War II, his career was hurt most by the war. The war, the end of all wars, supposedly. This is not my only Cecil Travis card. I learned about him a while back, so I picked up years ago his rookie card. This is 39 play ball PSA 5. Using the 39, 40, 41 play balls. And also, that 39 play ball was not his first card. My first card is his first card, quote unquote card, is the Diamond Matchbooks. This came out in 34. It has a little buyout. This is sort of his first national card. So this is my little Cecil Travis PC. Forgotten Star, War Hero. He's got a few other cards beyond the play balls. There's a 41 double play card of him. He's in the Wheaties, mid-30s Wheaties cards. And I'm sure a couple other cards I'm missing. But Cecil Travis was a star of the day. Forgotten star for today's generations, but he should be remembered at least. Possibly have been a Hall of Famer, if not for World War II, but he was a very modest man, and he was very proud of the service country and very proud to have the career that he had. He was never bitter about it. And you know what? I'm very proud to have a Cecil Travis autograph in my collection. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your night.